The 2020 Oscar nominations were announced, and per usual, many amazing artists of color were overlooked.
And with that said, we are excited because we're having our first Black Oscars here at the Black Hollywood Live studio. We're going to recognize actors and films not nominated by Sorry, let's do it again.
No worries, that was great though. Let's pick it up from Corny's again.
Okay.
But if we need to just pick up from Kiwi.
Sorry.
Okay, no worries.
Hold on, I just spilled water on the mic.
The 2020 Oscar nominations were announced, and per usual, many amazing artists of color were overlooked.
And with that said, we're excited because we're having our first Black Oscars here at the Black Hollywood Live studio, where we're going to recognize actors and films not nominated by Oscars in their respective categories. Here is our nomination list for 2020, presented by Black Hollywood Live.
For the Black Oscar nomination for Best...
Oh, we're going right into it? I thought we were going to do a couple
I thought we were going
takes.
into it. I don't know.
We can go into it.
I feel like we should do at least have 3 different takes. So the
Okay,
first, the
honey.
intro.
I was just following our initial
Am I-
instructions. Keep going.
I love what you guys just gave me. If we want to take it again, we can.
Let's just do one more just for safety.
Sure.
Okay?
All right, I am going to cut on that, and then put up your slate one more time. Let me label that because I think that's the one we'll probably use.
Oh, okay. All right. I like that one take. Call us
I'm a
one take Stacey
professional
Ike.
Professional.
One take
at-
Stace. That's what we are.
Oh, I was like, wait, what?
And Just kidding. Is that?
And, you stupid, Jeff.
I'm trying to be a disco girl.
I love you, Jeff.
Okay, putting you both on mute.
The 2020 Oscar nominations were announced, and per usual, many amazing artists of color were overlooked.
But with that said, we're excited because we're having our first Black Oscars presented by Black Hollywood Live. We're going to recognize actors and films not nominated by the Oscars in their respective categories. Here's our 2020 nominees list presented by Black Hollywood Live.
Okay, it does not get better, right?
I don't think so.
I think that was pretty good.
I think I'm amazing. Okay.
Mark
All right.
that one.
All right.
Are we actually saying for the hashtag Black Oscar nominations, or are we just saying for Black? Okay. Need to read it out.
Well, we could do it maybe at the end. Let us know if we missed a mark with our hashtag Black Oscars.
You throw
know.
that into
Yeah.
yours, yeah. Because you're telling people to comment and stuff,
Yeah.
right?
Just gotta read.
Okay.
So you just start with nominated for blah blah blah. All right.
Wait, Jeff, say that again.
The nomination for
We're just reading it.
Best Actor.
All right.
I think you can just go nominated for best actress.
Nominated
Okay,
for...
got
Okay.
it.
That's how I would do it. I think.
Got it.
Okay, love it.
Okay, I'm gonna put you both on mute.
We'll just read through it.
Okay, so I'm counting you. 1.
Nominated for Best Actor, Eddie Murphy for Dolomite. Daniel Kaluuya for Queen and Slim.
You have to say
Jimmy-
Dolomite is my name.
Oh,
It's
I
the
didn't write the whole thing out.
Yeah, it's the whole. I'm just saying because we.
Okay.
We
Sorry.
Could I do?
And I was like, what?
Yeah, sorry. I just.
I didn't even notice because I was like, yeah, I love the film.
Yeah, I love what your voice sounds actually very much like the award show.
All right, I'm gonna cut this and just start a new one. Stand by.
I feel nominees for Best Actor. Okay.
All right. One.
Nominees for Best Actor, Eddie Murphy for Dolomite Is My Name. Daniel Kaluuya for Queen and Slim. Jimmy Fails for The Last Black Man in San Francisco. Aldous Hodge for Brian Banks. Michael B. Jordan for Just Mercy.
Nominees for Best Actress: Jodie Turner-Smith, Queen and Slim; Lupita Nyong'o, Us; Alfre Woodard, Clemency; Awkwafina, The Farewell; Cynthia Erivo, Harriet.
Real quick, is it Lupita Nyong'o?
Nyong'o.
Sorry, Nyong'o?
Just kind of like you sort of said it like Nyong'o,
Oh, did
just,
I?
Yeah, just kind of bleed that Y in, I think.
Yeah, yeah. Yongo.
It's more like, if it's going to be, I think it's like more like Nyong'o, I think.
Say it again, Jeff.
Just kind of Nyong'o.
Yongo. Yeah, it's like the N silent.
Yeah.
Right? Nyong'o?
Nyong'o.
Sort of.
Nyong'o.
Like that.
Nyong'o.
Just like how you
Nyong'o.
said it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, let me do it again.
Okay. 1 sec. 3. I'm going to count you in. 3, 2, 1.
Nominees for Best Actress: Jodie Turner-Smith, Queen and Slim. Lupita Nyong'o. Is that right?
I think it's like Nyong'o. Like
Nyong'o.
Yeah, like that.
I'm going to do Nyong'o.
Nyong'o.
Nyong'o. Okay, there we go. Sorry, Jeff.
You're fine. No worries.
All right,
okay.
let's do it again.
Yep.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah, 1 sec. I'm just going to do a little quick slate. Mark.
Nominees for Best Actress: Jodie Turner-Smith, Queen and Slim. Lupita Nyong'o, Us. Alfre Woodard, Clemency. Awkwafina, The Farewell. Cynthia Erivo, Harriet.
Nominees for Best Supporting Actor: Lakeith Stanfield for Uncut Gems. Wesley Snipes, Dolomite Is My Name. Bokeem Woodbine, Queen and Slim. Jamie Foxx, Just Mercy. Jessie T. Usher, Shaft.
Nominees for Best Supporting Actress: Melanie Liburd. Is it Liburd? Liburd? Liburd?
actually
Ooh, I don't know about that one. Can we look that up, Jeff? Liburd?
Melanie Liburd?
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 Let's see.
From
Brian
Brian
Banks,
Banks.
Best Supporting Actress. Mbata Raw.
And Batara.
Letitia.
It's just, you always seem so strong. You know, I didn't.
Mbata Raw.
I am strong.
She's British.
Mbata Raw.
I don't
or
think
raw?
I knew that.
To see the more
Raw,
vulnerable
like
side
raw
of
meat.
Kevin's girlfriend Zoe on This Is Us after she confided to him about being a survivor of sexual
I didn't know she was
abuse.
British.
Welcome back to Access Live. The fall finale of This Is Us airs tonight on NBC.
Well, Melanie Liburd joins us.
Liebird. She a lying.
A lie.
Liebird.
A long eye.
Liebird or bird?
Liebird.
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 Liebird. Okay. Ready?
Yep. All right.
Nominees for Best Supporting Actress: Melanie Liburd, Brian Banks. Jennifer Lopez, Hustlers. Lolo Spencer, Give Me Liberty. Gugu Mbatha-Raw, Motherless Brooklyn. And Letitia Wright, Avengers.
Let's just do a pickup. Letitia Wright,
Avengers Endgame.
Avengers Endgame. Sorry, guys.
Pick up that one. You're fine.
Okay.
Even if you just say Avengers Endgame, the way you said Letitia was perfect.
Okay.
Just say the full thing, though. Just
Okay.
Letitia Wright, Avengers Endgame.
Just that name. I don't have to go.
that name.
Okay. Ready?
Ready.
Oh.
Sorry. Whenever you're ready. Go
Oh.
ahead.
Letitia Wright, Avengers Endgame.
Perfect. All right. Pick it up, Courtney.
Nominees for Best Picture: Queen and Slim, Just Mercy, Clemency, Dolomite Is My Name, Us.
Love those picks.
Do we need another take of everything, or you got it?
No, I think it was good.
Yeah, that's easy because it's just voiceover.
Okay.
Both y'all have great announcing voices.
I'm actually taking a voiceover class from JJ currently.
Ew.
JJ Jerkins.
I was all in on that. All right, cutting.
Okay, so now we're just doing the outro.
Correct.
So wait, give us 2 seconds to look and see what
Winners
this is.
of the inaugural Black Oscars will be announced Oscar Sunday on blackhollywoodlive.com, at BHL Online, Instagram, and on this channel. blackhollywoodlive.com. And here on YouTube? I mean, on this channel, I guess. Okay.
Yeah, I guess so. We love
Should I
it.
say Instagram?
We're gonna Insta Live it.
Oh.
What do you say?
You're going to Insta Live it?
We're gonna simulcast it.
We'd
So-
love to hear your voice if you think we missed a mark on our black.
So then, winners of the inaugural Black Oscars will be announced Oscar Sunday on blackhollywoodlive.com, at BHL Online on Instagram, and on this channel.
Yeah, it's fine. We'd love to hear your votes. Or if you think we missed a mark in our noms, feel free to comment. Or let us know.
Winners of the inaugural Black
Feel free to
Oscars will
comment
be
or let us know.
announced on Oscar morning. Oscar Sunday. I don't want morning.
You feel free to comment or let us know. Feel free to comment.
Feel free to comment.
All right. We'd love to hear your votes, and if you think we missed a mark, feel free to comment. Hashtag Black Oscars. Can I just do that?
Yeah, I like that.
All right, we're ready, Jeff.
Winners of the inaugural Black Oscars.
And then if we can take a couple things, we can, but no worries. Who am I coming on first?
Courtney.
C'est moi.
How's my shine, Jeff?
It's good. Let me
You're-
take a look at your one. Just stare at the camera. Now you're good. Both y'all are just glowing.
Now you're
Thanks,
perfect.
Jeff. You're the best producer ever.
You're so
I
perfect.
do just really miss working with you guys. It's my favorite. All right, put you both on
Be-
mute.
Winners of the inaugural Black Oscars will be announced on Oscars Sunday at blackhollywoodlive.com, at BHL Online on Instagram, and on this channel.
It was so good. I was like watching her. I'm sorry.
I want to keep that because it's hilarious.
That was really good. I was like,
But
all right, ready? Okay.
Yeah. If we could pick it up from Courtney,
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, that's no problem.
and we could use what we just had.
We'd love to hear your votes. If you think we missed
Okay.
the mark and our noms, feel free to
let me know
comment.
when. Okay.
All right.
Winners of the inaugural Black Oscars will be announced on Oscar Sunday. I fucked up. Hold on.
Good to me. Okay, take it again. No worries. Courtney is one.
Winners of the inaugural Black Oscars will be announced on Oscar Sunday at blackhollywoodlive.com, at BHL Online on Instagram, and right here on this channel.
We love to hear your votes. If you think we missed the mark, please give us a comment. Hashtag Black Oscars. I'll say feel free to comment.
I think it was good. You said feel free to comment.
Oh, I
I was
did?
gonna say, yeah, I think you.
Oh, let me do it one more time, Jeff. I'm sorry. I can do a better one.
Okay, I'm just gonna
Alright.
stick on your camera. We can
Okay.
Okay.
Let me know when.
I think my first one was better.
I'm on your shot, so whenever you're ready.
We love to hear your vote, but if you feel we missed the mark a bit, feel free to comment. Hashtag Black Oscars.
Take one more. I didn't love the bit, personally.
The what?
If you feel we missed a mark a bit, it just didn't feel like you,
Okay.
to be honest.
Uh,
I don't know if that's a good note or not,
no,
if that's helpful.
that's fine. I'll do it
If you
again.
feel like we missed the mark, feel free to comment.
If you feel like we missed the mark, feel free to comment.
Yeah.
Okay, ready?
Whenever you're ready.
All right. We love to hear your vote, but if you feel we missed the mark, wait, is that right? We love to hear your vote. If you think we missed, is it think or feel? It doesn't matter. Oh, if you think we missed a mark, feel free to comment.
Yes.
All right, here we go. Sorry, Jeff. All right, ready?
Ready.
We love to hear your vote, but if you think we missed a mark, feel free to comment. Hashtag Black Oscars.
That's a wrap, guys. That was great.
All right.
And that's
Thanks.
a wrap. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Jeff. Now I can go get wee-wee pads for my dog and go to the
I
gym.
need to stop by Trader Joe's.
I need to do that too, because I ain't got no damn food in my house.
Yeah.
But that's a different
It's
subject.
funny, like how you run out of vegetables
Yeah.
so fast.
Actually, I have enough for tonight. It's tomorrow I'm worried
Yeah,
about.
and it's supposed to. Oh, I hope it hasn't started raining.
It's supposed to. And then I'm gonna go to the gym. Thank you, Jeff.
Yeah, that was really great. I'm actually really excited about this.
I actually, glad that Courtney decided to do it with me.
I know it's a lot.
told you I just look like a monster today.
You don't look like a. Clearly, you don't, because as many comments as you
I was
got.
gonna say, I'm not just saying this, but I was particularly thinking like, man, Dee and Courtney just look like super camera ready today. I'm not just saying that, yeah.
Well, thanks,
But they
Jeff.
are just, I think this studio is great, but I think you guys are just glowing. Yeah, I think
Thanks,
it's really
Jeff. We like the glow. You're so nice, Jeff.
good. I would just say that either.
Can we just put you in a pocket and just, whenever I feel low about myself, I just hear your voice.
Alright. Nice job, guys.
Thank you,
Thank
Jeff.
you. Okay. I feel like
We look like we look like we're doing our photo shoot for the show.
I know.
I'm not gonna fill you in today. I'll fill you in on Sunday.
Oh God, I gotta wait another week.
No, it's just a weekend. It's just 2 days.
Oh,
It's Sunday.
see, you
That way I
remember
can really.
this?
That way I can really talk.
That's true.
And I don't feel like standing out in the front because I need to go. Cause
Oh, no, we
then
got
we'll
to
stand out
go.
there
I
for
can't
30
hang out
minutes
with
and
you.
then I
It's
won't get the
cold.
wee pads And then
cold.
now you can remind me I need to go to Trader Joe's, and then that means that by the time I leave the gym, I'm not gonna make Trader Joe's because they changed their hours.
Yes.
Because they used to be till 10.
And they used to open mine, but my house used to open at 8, so I could stop there when I come from the gym.
know, totally. Well, she's United, but yeah. And I interviewed her. I asked her about it. I asked her about it on the red carpet. And yeah.
Finally, I literally wrote down it's revolutionary. Like Gus apologized. He never really does.
Soon to be. He's gonna shit himself.
Oh my god.
But it's like every year you get it on raise and stuff like that, and they get yearly bonuses. Like it's so legit. And I was just like, I told James on Junior, I was like, oh, I think I'm doing this. Do you really think I was going to? It just kind of happened. It was just kind of you know, I honestly think that it would make it easier to because you know, when they fly, like certain, you know, and here's the thing is, I called my own roommate who loves it. I really want to just kind of pick his brain and things that he knows that how funny is it? Yeah, the other because labor union. Yeah, like that. Yeah, exactly. Anyway,
But then also fix us and they're bound to pop off too.
the more senior you get, the less reserved days you get. And so you always refine. So even if I'm being new into it, I'll still have lines. I'll still have on, you know, certain days and stuff. So and you can only fly so many in a month. So and you know, and as it grows and as I get more senior, so I'm like, I mean, I'm obviously not there, but like it's just nice to like in my head. It's just like consistency. And you know the other thing I thought is because I'm always running, like whatever job I have, I always stay for a long time. But I always feel like I stay for a long time, but then it just doesn't get great. I feel like the longer I stay, the better it is. You know what I mean? So it would be nice to, yeah. I mean, I'm gonna go in at 8, but if you're gonna be out before 8.
Hello.
Love the hat. Oh my god. I love this
Thank
look.
you. I appreciate it. It's literally been split and people who are like, oh my goodness, I love it, and people who are like, you need to put that in the profile. I don't even know where I stand on it. Whatever. I bought the hat 8 years ago. First time
Did you really?
First time I've ever worn it.
Oh my god.
First time ever. I've had it and been like, nah, I can't pull this off. Oh, maybe I could. I'll keep it around. I don't know.
Has it been in a hat box? Because it looks
No.
in phenomenal shape.
No, I bought this hat in Indiana at a Burlington coat factory, and it's gone through like 2 moves. You know, driven all the way across the country, and finally today
You
it got
birthed
its first
it.
use. So we'll see if
2020.
I now donate it and been like, all right, well I tried it out. I don't know. We'll see. What are we talking about today?
So wanted to get your feedback.
Yeah.
When it comes to Soap News Weekly, are we greenlit to have guests?
100%.
100%. Okay. So we submitted a guest request for an actor, Brock.
Yeah.
No,
It's Brock Kelly.
Blake.
Oh,
Blake Harris.
Blake. Oh my
Blake-
gosh, we
Blake-
suck on Brock.
Blake Barris.
Blake Bears.
He's a Days of Our Lives alumni.
Okay.
He reached out to us
Okay.
saying, I've got a project coming up in March,
Great.
wanted to see if you might be interested. We scheduled a call. I said, how did you find Soap News Weekly? And he said, well, the film is about the soap opera community. It's about a soap opera
Great.
superfan. He
Great.
says, so I started doing research, your show came up. And I said, well, we do the show at AfterBuzz TV, and he's been on,
Yes.
Tony interviewed him and Mark interviewed him a few years back.
Yep.
He's like, oh my God, I had no idea.
Oh.
So we started talking. He wants to come in next week to talk about the crowdfund.
Great. Yeah, crowdfunding.
Yeah, crowdfunding.
Yep.
So I swear, not more than a half hour later, Tony messaged Chelsea and Michael and I and said, Blake Barris wants to come on Dish and Days to talk about his project. And I said, oh my God, that's great, because he's going to be coming on Soap News Weekly. We got huge backlash from Tony.
Okay.
He's convinced that us having guests undermines all the other soaps in regards to them having guests. We went back and forth, me coming from the concept of it's just another platform for talent to promote their stuff. We're two completely different shows. Soaps do the recaps, story heavy. We're a new show, don't see the conflict.
Yep.
Tony didn't see it. So the bottom line is, I want to just read you this.
Yeah, I'd love to hear what he said.
The last thing he said, and this is us going back and forth, he's saying, I've explained this several times now. If you don't get it, if you don't get how it's a conflict, then if you can't see how you going after a guest takes away from the show, then y'all are simply trying to get guests to gain traction for your show, not realizing you are taking away from another. It's not cross-promoting, it's not working together, it's looking out for your goals.
And then he also said, plain and simple, Soap News Weekly should be formatted as the Big Brother, Kardashian News, 90 Day Fiancé style show where you simply talk about what's happening in soap news. You guys should just talk about news, no guests, that's it.
And then he backpedaled a little bit and said, I'm not going to tell you how to do your show because it's your show. So there's nothing we can say to him that's going to convince him otherwise. And I'm not interested in trying to convince him otherwise. I had said I wanted to bring everyone in to have a discussion, and he didn't want to have a discussion with anyone.
Of course.
And so that's when I was like, fine, as long as we get yes or no from you guys, then we can proceed. I think my concerns, prepare for the worst and expect the best. If Tony at some point feels having me or Chelsea on Dish and Days is now a conflict because he thinks we might be poaching guests, or I don't know. We still want access to the Daytime Emmys,
100%.
Day of Days, as a separate representative Soap News Weekly for AfterBuzz TV.
Yeah. Give me a second. I just want to bring Bree in here, just so we have
Oh,
another
sure.
ears on this.
Yeah,
also,
yeah.
she handles scheduling, so that's beneficial for you as well. Bree or Keven?
Am I gonna have to repeat everything?
Well, you're on a roll. You didn't.
We're talking about the.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, that's right. That was
Yeah. I didn't know if you were. I knew you were slammed, but I definitely want to have you in on this. Just be a representative, be able to hear. Can you just give a quick recap to him
Yeah.
of everything?
So first we wanted to get a yes or no as to whether or not Soap News Weekly is allowed to have guests.
Share the.
Yeah, give me the whole behind.
Give me
I'm not
Okay.
gonna say.
Okay, so Days of Our Lives alumni Blake Barris
Okay.
reached out to Soap News Weekly, emailed us, and said, I have a project coming up in March, wanted to see if you were interested in talking about it. So we scheduled a call. I spoke to him and I said, how did you find out about Soap News Weekly? He said, well, the project is about the soap opera community. It's about a super fan. So he started doing research about outlets that dealt with soap operas, and that's how he found Soap News Weekly. Blake has been here at AfterBuzz. Mark and Tony interviewed him in 2015 when he was on the show Days of Our Lives. And I said to Blake, I said, by the way, we're at AfterBuzz TV. We co-host with Tony on Audition Days. He's like, oh my God, I had no idea. Small world. So we talked about his crowdfunding project that's going to be starting January 21st. I asked him if he wanted to come onto the show for 20 minutes and promote that. And he's like, absolutely, that would be great. And so we were looking at next Thursday to do this. And I submitted a request for that.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to say about a half hour later, Tony texted instant message Chelsea and Michael and I. It's like, Blake Barris wants to come on Audition Days to promote his film. Are you guys okay with that? And I said, oh my gosh, that's cool, because I just spoke to him and he's going to come on to Soap News Weekly to promote as well. And we got immediate pushback from Tony in regards to having a guest. And so basically Tony's thoughts are having a guest on Soap News Weekly undercuts all the other soap opera shows in regards to guests on Audition Days or The Restless Wrap or the GH Report. We went back and forth because I honestly don't see it as a conflict at all. We're two completely different shows. We don't have guests on to talk story, which is why we have guests on the soap block shows, is primarily to talk story. If they have a project, it's like a 5 minutes part of the interview. Whereas when we have guests on the show, it's strictly to promote whatever projects they've got going on. It's typically whatever we've talked about in the news is why we're bringing them in to studio. So we left it off. We went back and forth, and Tony's last thought, and I didn't respond to this, was, I've explained this several times now. If you don't get how it's a conflict, then if you can't see how you're going after a guest takes away from the show, then y'all are simply trying to
What's this?
It's that
Emoji? Okay.
Okay. Y'all are simply trying to get guests to gain traction for your show, not realizing you're taking away from another. It's not cross-promoting, it's not working together, it's looking out for your goals. So I didn't respond to that because at the end of the day, there's nothing we can say to change his mind. And you had read something?
Yeah, and then he just said, we went back and forth for a while, but he just said, plain and simple, Soap News Weekly should have been formatted as the 90 Day Fiancé, Kim Kardashian, not a sit-down discussion. And then he just said, you guys should not have guests, plain and simple. Basically, you guys are just strictly news. But he did backpedal a little bit, saying, okay, I shouldn't tell you how to run your show. However, he doesn't agree with the format that we all came up with for AfterBuzz TV. He's not on board with it.
So we had said, after this, we don't think it's a problem. He's making a problem out of something that doesn't exist.
Well, the guy, Barris, is coming on both shows then, right? Like, that
well,
was the plan. Or was Barris saying that he was only going to go on Audition Days?
No.
I don't think Barris has any. Barris reached out to both of them separately, thinking they were two totally separate outlets. They responded first and said, yeah, sure, come on ours. And then I don't know what communication Tony also had with him. I think of also having Audition Days, or I don't know at that point that Tony had spoken with him, or it was just like, hey, he wants to come on. Are we okay with this? And then I'll let him know. So I don't know where.
Or after we had the conversation and I made him aware that we're all under the same roof, maybe he reached out to Tony.
Yes.
It's like, because you know what? Tony is going to be in his film. So they have that relationship.
Y'all reached out. You all booked him first because otherwise I think he would have said, oh, I'm actually going there next Thursday for X or whatever.
Right.
I don't know that.
Here's what I think needs to be the case, right? First of all, yes, you guys can book guests.
Okay.
Totally. That's not even a question. You guys are allowed to book guests. I think you have to let us know how you want us to handle this, because obviously there's an opportunity to turn anger into velvet and like kind of have everyone be on the same page and be happy. Because I think if you guys, it's like the equivalent of like, Tammy, if Tony wasn't involved in Audition Days and you were the one lead hosting that or moderating that, and then somebody started a show like this and you thought you were going to stop getting guests as quickly, as often because another show is taking your guests, you'll get on the defensive. And I know Tony, and he gets defensive very easily. And you guys know this as well. I'm not talking smack. I'm just kind of stating fact. Which, can we copyright that? It's not talking smack. It's stating fact. I think it's like we can walk into this bullheaded and just make a conflict of it, but I think it's really just explaining, getting on the same page in person and not through text. I think if you want, we can have a meeting with all of us. Really what he needs to hear, because this, and you can tell me if you agree or disagree, is he needs to hear is this is not a show to cannibalize guests from Days. This is a show to get extra press opportunities to make AfterBuzz TV the #1 destination for soap opera fans. Because, you know, what if Blake is in a conflict with somebody from General Hospital? It's not exactly something you're going to talk about on Days of Our Lives. However, if he comes on Soap News Weekly, he can talk about that, and then now you get a press hit for him talking about that, but then also on Days of Our Lives, they can talk about other stuff, and you get a press hit for them themselves. I don't think, in my mind, if you have a star from Days of Our Lives, they should go on the Days of Our Lives after show. However, why not book them for both?
Well, that's my
He's
thought.
not a current star on Days either.
No, he's an alumni.
He's an alumni.
Yeah.
The Edition Days show was like founded on booking alumni, and the fans love the alumni. So I can, again, you guys can see their point of view too. I think it's just not being communicated the correct way. So I don't think it's fair to put you guys in a position saying you're attacking the show or saying you're trying to cannibalize the show. That's not fair. But I want to take a step back because nothing ever helps when we just rush into things and say, no, you're wrong, shut the fuck up.
I'm not angry about this.
Yeah.
I just wanted to get AfterBuzz's yay or nay.
Yeah. I think
and
it's
then
very
going
telling.
forward, we need to figure out how
I
to.
think it's very telling that he didn't know you were the same outlet.
I think
Right.
I think what happened was when you mentioned Dish and Days, he just wants more press.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, well then let me reach out to Tony because he's on Dish and Days as well.
I think it only
Yeah.
helps you guys and their show to have people not think you're connected. Because, you know, Tony and them always talk about how the publicists have a bee up their ass about their show anyway. So if the publicists don't know that this show's related, then we can start getting these guests in who the publicist has a bee up their ass, and then we can in person be like, hey, let's get you on this show too. Like, it doesn't make sense. A lot of things don't make sense a lot of the time. I don't see any reason why this is cannibalizing. It's not. I think we just need to communicate that in a special way. And Mike and me might have to draft something.
Yeah.
But it might be something that we work on together and then have you guys send, so it's coming from you, and that way you guys can be on the higher ground and also not ruffle feathers in any way. Not that you would, but...
I want to be able to hear from you ladies about this because you mentioned, which is part of why I went and got him, because you mentioned like something that is a thought, obviously, is that you host with Tony and thoughts of that backlash a little bit. Tell me your thoughts on that.
So my thoughts, as I said before, you know, think about the worst but hope for the best. If at some point, because obviously we're going to have guests on the show, if Tony believes that this is a conflict for me and or Chelsea to be on Dish and Days because he believes we're poaching guests, or I don't know. But if at some point he feels we should no longer be on the show, then so be it. My concern is...
Sorry, just to clarify something, that's not a so be it. We have final say on who's on whatever show.
That's not
Okay.
Tony has no say in who's on your show.
I thought we were gonna get kicked off the show. Like Sunday was our last day.
No.
Interesting. Okay.
Okay,
He
I thought,
zero say in any shows and who hosts them.
Okay.
He helps to produce them, and we appreciate him for that. But no host has any say in who hosts the after show.
Okay. Still, it still leads me back to the question of, okay, so say we're on the show and it's just cantankerous, but we're all professional and what have you. We still want to be sure that at Soap News Weekly we can attend the daytime Emmys and we can attend the day of day events, because that's a huge part, because it's about the daytime community, and especially with the daytime Emmys. I mean, I know when I've done the carpet with Tony and James and Mark, they're talking primarily 99% to Days of Our Lives actors. I've gone out of my way to talk to other soap actors on other shows because I watch the shows, and I want to promote the daytime community. And that was the reason of wanting to create Soap News Weeklies, because we wanted
Of course.
across the board.
I think the issue here is they're not seeing how your show helps their show.
Yes, they
And I
think we're
think-
taken away from their
Right.
show.
And that's the thing. That's the perception we need to change. Is
Okay.
Perception equals reality. So if they think you're cannibalizing, they're gonna believe that.
Yeah.
But if we explain and we basically put it as like, no, Soap News Weekly is gonna bring new fans to their show. It's not gonna cannibalize the fans. It's gonna make their show better because now you have a legitimate news source pushing. What we should do is we should put links and things like that in the description for Soap News Weekly that pushes people to those shows. Like, so every time we put out a press release, it says AfterBuzz TV, your #1 coverage for soap news. We have, we also have after shows for this show, this show, this show, and this show every single week. Like, we need to describe on how this can be another faucet, not just the one faucet for Days of Our Lives that can feed into that.
Right. Well, my thought was, I mean, Soap News Weekly was a supplement to the soap block shows. You know, it was another way to promote the soap block shows. Tony was saying that Dish and Day's audience is our audience, so there's a conflict there. And his other argument is like, why would an actor or why would talent come here twice to be interviewed?
Because they want press hits.
Well, that
It's more exposure. And we also, not only do we have Dish and Days fans, but we grab other, because we have the basic, we have a
Well,
streaming,
yeah.
because we have a streaming audience as well.
I mean,
so
Michael had said that. He says, does Tony not realize you cover all the soaps? It's not just Days of Our
it's not
Lives.
Days of Our Lives.
Here's what needs to not happen, right? We need to not abuse contacts formerly created by
Totally.
those shows.
Oh my God.
So
Absolutely.
that is my only issue with anything would be if somebody's been like building up a contact for 5 years and then we do something to slight that person, or if that publicist is confused on what they're getting into.
Absolutely.
If they think they're being booked for one thing and it's not that thing and there's confusion, I don't want that to happen. However, outside of that, there's no issue with booking guests. There's no issue with booking guests that could be on anything. I am of the belief that it makes sense if a big guest is going to do one or the other, they should do the after show.
Right.
That is my opinion. However, if it's not a one or the other situation, I don't see any issue. And if it's not somebody who's like a star of that show currently, I don't see the issue. Right? So like Aaron Paul, just for a blanket example. If we had Breaking Bad news and we had the Breaking Bad after show, Aaron Paul should go on the Breaking Bad after show. However, if he can do both, he can do both. I wouldn't book him for Breaking Bad news because when somebody joins a news show, they're a little bit more tight-lipped and they're less relaxed. There's not as much to bond over in conversation and get them in a really like good mood to like let things slip. Because news is hard news, and when you have news in the name, people are a little bit more on their guard. So like I would say the after show's a better bet. But if the guest knows you guys, the guest wants to come on your show, the guest reached out to you independently, or you reached out to the guest independently, why? There's no issue. There's no conflict. Now, if you were the guest booker for Days of Our Lives, the Dish and Days after show, and they stopped getting guests because you were booking for this show, there's a conflict there.
Yeah.
That's the difference. Then it means somebody else should be booking guests for that show if you want to focus on booking guests for this show. Does that make sense? Are you the guest booker for Dish and Days?
No, Tony is.
Okay, then I think that there should be communication, obviously. But if you are not claiming to be Soap News Weekly by Dish and Days, which you're not.
No, right.
It's two different shows.
Yeah.
It's not even part of the soap block. It's part of our news block, right? You guys write an article every
Correct.
week for the show. Like,
Correct.
It's published news. It is a show built on the premise of we are providing news every week. We are not providing content around a show. So there's not a conflict.
So do you think, like, in particular with, like, James Lott Jr. has a very strong relationship with the PR person at Bold and Beautiful. Should I run things by him before we book guests from the Bold and Beautiful on Soap News Weekly?
I don't think it's so much running things by them. I think it's smart to use your resources as you can. I think if you know that he has a strong relationship, be like, hey, James, I'd really love to get this person on our show because da 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 da. And there's lots of news that doesn't have anything to do with Bold and the Beautiful that I feel like they could talk about and we could get press for.
Yeah, and again, we would never talk story. That's not why they would be on the show.
Exactly. So, like, if that is the case, then reach out to James and be like, hey, is there any way you'd help me? Now, don't just, like, book somebody and then if the publicist is like, oh, well, we were going to do this, but now we're doing this instead, then I can get why there would be a little friction there, right? Because if it's an either-or situation. But even Tony, he knows a lot of people, and obviously some people want to come on Days of Our Lives that he doesn't really want on Days of Our Lives that time, right? Like, I've seen him turn down guests before. So, like, why wouldn't he want to be the person that's the middleman to get those favors, right? To, you know, be giving them the favor of, like, booking their guest on your show. Because it doesn't make, like, it only makes him look better to be like, oh yeah, but I can't have you on this show, but I can have you on here, like, let's get you an appearance. Because they don't want appearances. Publicists just want appearances.
Yeah.
Plus, I think you guys, like, you guarantee a press hit. Every single time you have a guest, you guarantee a press hit. Every time you have a show, you guarantee a press hit. So, it's only valuable for them to do multiple shows. I just think the thing that we need to do is focus on making sure everyone knows how valuable it is to have this platform, to have Soap News Weekly as a platform. Because regardless of their after shows, this provides a certain level of legitimacy to having it not just be another soap coverage YouTube. It is a soap coverage and authorized credentialed news source that can feed each other. They can feed both of each other. In fact, you could have, again, we can put like in the articles everything about the after shows that we do, and even on their end, like they can put like Soap News Weekly in any press release that comes from their shows, because it should directly feed into each other. I don't know, Mike. Do you disagree with anything I'm saying?
No, 100%. I think it's just more communication, and again, that will help with that. Because I would bet the farm that y'all were respectful in communicating with him of like, hey, we booked him. Like, I'm not. I don't know. I'm sure you didn't fight back and say, no, this is just the way we're doing. No, I don't see that from either of you. So I think it's just that communication, and Steven and I can help with that. I think, looking at this direct situation, how do you think we can handle it, Steven? Question, is he confirmed to come on next Thursday on your show?
No.
You're waiting for the publicist.
I'm waiting. No, I sent an email to Jeff.
We're waiting on you guys after Buzz to make sure it's good. But he's all set to go. We're just waiting on you guys to make sure it's okay. We sent an email about 4 days ago.
A couple days ago.
A couple days ago.
Okay. Is Jeff still here?
I don't know.
Okay.
And I had said to Blake, once you get the green light, he's got balls in the air, but next Thursday is looking promising.
Okay.
So.
I think it's a yes.
Yeah, of course it's a yes.
Yeah, I meant for how would that go for, unless he's coming on, he wouldn't come on this Sunday for Edition Days?
Tony hasn't said anything about when or if.
Honestly, it really doesn't matter because you were booked independently.
Yeah.
There's zero conflict in this situation.
If he wants to come on Edition Days Sunday, great.
Great, yeah.
Well, that and
there's
also,
no reason
like,
for him not to come on Thursday.
Yeah.
In my mind, it was booked independently. It wouldn't make sense to cancel appearance. You guys would have priority anyway in this situation. So over Edition Days, because it was booked independently, like, I don't think there's any issue. I think we should just book him. Let's move forward and figure out a way to make sure this doesn't happen again with people's feathers getting ruffles. I know that it feels weird, but I think we definitely need to involve Roxy.
I was going to submit a report.
I also think that if you can provide that message chain, it would do a lot for how we can handle the situation.
Sure, absolutely.
I definitely don't think that that's a professional way of handling things.
Yeah.
Just the emojis are a little bit much.
Well, and this was going on for like 3 hours, and there's way more to it. That's just a little section. I mean, there was times where we didn't respond because we didn't know what to say.
Well, I don't think we need an entire transcript. I don't want to like make it seem like, well, they told us this.
Yeah.
But like just that, to know at least
Yeah, no,
understand
most-
tone
yeah.
of what he's saying. And then we'll schedule a meeting for me. I'll talk to Rex tomorrow. Our Friday meeting's tomorrow. And we can bring this up.
Okay.
I think it's really just making it very clear how the soap block benefits from having multiple shows. And benefits from having multiple guests on multiple shows.
We want you ladies to know, like, we support you. Just so you, I hope you feel supported in this meeting.
Yes, completely.
Yeah, we feel supported
Yeah.
by you guys.
Great. And, like, know that we will act on your behalf, okay, if need be. Like, I want you both to know that because I know it can be, obviously, again, by the nature of those messages. That's why I brought Steven in here because I want it to not just be like, oh, I'm here. Like, there's two of us here. Like, I want you to know that we support you. We support the show. We support what you're doing.
That means a lot. Thank you.
Yeah.
So know that.
Thank you.
And we hear you, and we'll.
I want to be, and I knew you two. I want to be sensitive about this. Like I said, I'm not emotional about it. I just want it to all work. So thank you.
100%.
Thank
if you.
you.
Could send those like screenshots of the messages.
Absolutely.
To Steven and I.
Okay.
Just email is fine.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can you flip the mic?
Do we know what show's in here? Is it 4?
What show it is? I think just football 4.
Thanks again, Mike.
Of course.
Appreciate it.
Hello. How many are on the panel tonight?
All 4 of us.
Is it 4? Then I will flip all 4 of these.
Thank you.
Oh,
What's up?
what up?
Florida?
Yep.
Is this Florida or Alabama? Oh my god. Oh my god, there's a. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you perform at the.
I don't know who that is. I'll take both of those.
Who's the thing? What's that?
Do you perform at Laugh Factory?
Oh, never been, right? Don't even know where it is. Heard there's a few though.
Did someone leave this?
What? Oh, that's mine. Oh. Yeah, I just got it on the desk.
He's just leaving that around.
Don't worry about it.
We're all just trying to
Don't
tell
worry about
time.
Just the fancy.
Excuse me.
It's time for
I
the
hope
show.
the show was good. I'm gonna grab a micro remote.
Oh, okay.
I'll be right back.
There we go.
Thank you.
Wait.
It's confusing under here.
This one's mine. Oh, wait. This is
Yeah.
yours. Wait, this is supposed to be.
Yours, I think.
Yeah.
I mean mine.
Oh yeah. Oh man. We got. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mike. Just change the TVs real quick. How was the episode? How was the show?
It was
good.
good.
Can we make it cool in here, or is it just like this temperature always?
I mean, we can affect the. Yes, we can.
It feels kind of good. I'm
It was a
cold.
little hot.
Yeah.
It's heating up. Oh man. Just changing some stuff.
Hey, there, you got some news and gossip?
Yeah.
Did you already send them the stuff?
No, I had to watch back-to-back episodes. I haven't had time. But I'm taking screenshots right now.
Make sure you have your shady thought. We should have all different shady thoughts.
Yeah.
Mine is Gus's stepdad, shading Nilsey. Nilly.
Can mine be in the same moment?
Wait, don't tell your shady thought.
You don't say it.
Yeah.
But like,
Well,
I don't.
we just need to have different ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah, mine was gonna be when Gus starts telling the story to his parents, but he's leaving. He left like a bunch of valid information
I'm
out.
so
Like
sorry.
he didn't say he was gonna pay for
I
a
played with
portion
this
of
a
it,
lot.
just not the whole.
Well, that's shady. That's a
I
good
wanted
one.
to say calling him a bitch was shady.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Remember what happened
When did he
last
say
time?
He called Jeremiah a bitch to his parents.
Whoa.
Like he was, you remember?
Oh,
Yeah, Gus. When he was telling the story.
And Jeremiah was like so nice to him when he told him. Like,
But I feel like that's probably in the same thing of ours.
shit. Okay, I'll come up with something new then.
because it was
And
it was like
watch,
he was
watch
being.
your language.
Oh my gosh, that was not a big deal.
You watch your language.
Whoa.
Right.
Hey, let's all
Is
just
the house?
chill.
Will they all fit in the house?
Hey,
Oh wow.
let's well, guess what? We're all fitting in this studio. And I'm just gonna make sure we're all fit in the frames real
Oh my
quick.
god, I'm gonna die.
So let me just frame it all up. Haley, I could just, yes.
I look really yellow. Oh, it's not a you problem, it's just a me problem. Can you fix that though?
Oh, it's fixed.
Cool.
I mean, the Pulp Fiction thing is awesome though, right?
Yeah.
It's great.
It was like $2.
Love that movie.
My chest is so pale.
Okay.
Do you adjust the timer? Because I think last time the timer was like really long.
So which timer was the one on the TV, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do adjust it. I'm gonna have it set
Isn't
from
it
the
like
start.
30 minutes now?
Yeah,
Or like
yeah. Well, it's to the 50-minute mark.
Okay. Should I just send you the
It's
link?
to the 50-minute mark of the hour.
I
So I'll
thought
be
they
right in
wanted
there.
shorter than I thought.
Yeah, that's actually shorter, believe it or not. But I can explain it to you in the booth. I'm just adjusting this real quick. So we have some media emailed in.
Yeah, I'm about to send you a link to an interview. And then the rest is just me talking about like the comments.
Awesome,
I'll
sweet.
send
Well,
it.
I'll talk to you in the booth. Have an amazing show.
Thank you.
We didn't do a library lesson, did we? No.
Because
That wasn't up here.
it's not up here, no one's gonna do it. Okay.
Really, all we have to say is just make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. And thanks.
Allie nasty.
As if I didn't get that joke one too many times when I was like in elementary school.
School.
That's so funny.
Is this you? What?
Yeah. It's my new picture. You should go like my new picture.
You should go follow me.
I
You
might
don't
follow
follow
you back.
CJ?
Yeah.
What's your friend's name again? Dev? Is that his name? Div? Did he get accepted?
I'm not sure. I don't think he ever even like did the video.
Cause he had me send an email for him, like write a letter.
Yeah,
I was
because
like,
I told him I wasn't.
why is his
Why
friend
would you
not
not?
doing this? Like, you know him. Why am I doing it?
My sister didn't write mine. CJ was gonna write mine.
Who wrote yours?
Yeah, who wrote you?
Stacy.
Oh. Just like a 3-sentence thing. You could have done that for your friend.
TJ just didn't want the
Instead of having
competition.
me do it.
First of all, he's not competition.
I'm kidding.
He's not. He's
I'm
really
kidding.
not.
I'm kidding. No,
Damn.
It is really uncomfortable when you get like the people that see that you're on it, and then I've had like a friend of a friend be like, "Can you like give him information on afterwards?" And I'm like, "But I don't know who he is, so like."
Yeah.
I'm not gonna vouch for someone that I have no idea who they are. That's
Exactly.
not what a recommendation is. Like a
Mhm.
recommendation is if like I could get him the job, but that's not the case.
Yeah.
So I felt uncomfortable. I was like, I don't know what she wants me to do with this.
Yeah.
I just never responded. I responded, but then I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Yo, he was stressing me out though about it. He was like writing stuff down. I'm like, you have a resume.
Who
Just like,
did?
yeah.
Yeah, wait, what did he have you write?
He had me like he like legitimately like grafted out a whole thing for me to write, and it was like paragraphs. I was like, no, I'm not doing that.
Because I had sent him mine. Because
Steph wrote mine,
No
and mine was like
Y'all can hear
2
him?
sentences.
I can't hear him.
Turn up the volume.
I had gave him mine.
Which number?
To
are
like
you?
change
oh,
up.
that's mine. That's mine.
Oh, my
Yeah,
bad.
you just turned up mine a lot.
Which one? Oh, 2.
Hello. Check.
I also don't like when
I
people.
still can't hear anything.
You can't hear anything?
No.
Is your thing plugged in?
Yeah, it is. So, is
It
can
says
you hear?
2.
Can you hear?
No.
You just upped mine a lot.
CJ, is this? Where is this connected?
Okay,
to?
someone just turned mine off. Hey, check. All right, yeah, that's mine.
What is
Everything
this?
is yours. Okay. Can you hear?
No.
Can you hear now?
Nope.
That was mine. You just turned mine up.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
That
now
one's
you,
mine.
now
That
you
was
just turned
mine.
mine off. That's mine.
That's mine. That's mine. You already did that one.
Mine is 2.
No, do that one that you're touching.
Can you hear?
Nope.
Oh, girl, I don't know then. Ryan.
Can you turn
Mine
mine down?
Mine is loud. Wait.
Is
I'm
this
sorry.
one yours?
What is this 2?
Yeah. I think so. I think it's better.
What is this 2?
I don't know.
Mine is
You just
too
turned
loud.
mine off.
I need to turn mine down.
You just turned
Hello?
hers off now.
No, this is mine.
What is
Okay.
this cord to? This is never here, is it?
It's 2.
Hello.
Wait, where is this?
Are those supposed to be my headphones that are on the floor?
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Or are they supposed to be yours?
Wait, try it.
Where did those come from?
Can you hear?
Yeah, I can hear.
All right.
That's weird.
These
No.
are yours, CJ.
Wait, so then whose are these?
Oh my god, wait.
Hello, check 1, check 2.
You just turned mine all the way
I
down.
need to turn mine down.
Yep. We're great.
I'm so sorry.
Thursdays just get me, man. I'm just, by the time it's this time on a Thursday, I'm checked out.
I am out of school. I'm just ready.
You're out of school?
Like for like winter.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm fine.
Winter break is this long?
No.